Okay, for number 21, a period table is shown. Okay, this is group 1 until the group 18, and here we have all the elements. The letter are not their chemical symbols. Which statement is correct? Okay, element R does not conduct electricity. So you have to understand that the group 1, 2 and 3, this is metal and they do conduct electricity. Okay, so this is not correct. Element R and Y react together to form ionic compound. So this is a metal, R is a metal, and look at Y is a non-metal. Then they do combine to form a ionic compound. This is correct. Now let us look at C. Element Z exists as a diatomic molecule. So this is group 18, and group 18 will form monoatomic. Okay, they'll form a monoatomic molecule because they are inert and stable. They do not react with the other elements, so they do form as a monoatomic. They do not react with other elements. Okay, but atomic molecules is only for group 17. Okay, this is for group 17. So therefore C is also wrong. D, element Z react with element T. So Z do not react with any other elements. Okay, so because they are inert. So your best answer here will be boy. Okay, for number 22, part of the periodic table is shown. Which pair of elements J, K, L, M, N reacts together to form a product with a 1:1 ratio? It means that, example, now we have sodium and chlorine. They will form potassium chloride. So this is 1:1. Okay, another example here is magnesium 2 plus and oxygen 2 negative. When they combine together, supposedly is this, but what happens is, due to their same ratio, you will obtain magnesium oxide. Okay, so this is also is a 1:1 ratio. Okay, so let me erase this example and then we try out with the symbols above. Okay, now this is group 1. So J is positive, K is a 2 plus, the oxidation number. And so the N here is a N negative 1, M is a M2 negative, and L is a 3 negative. So L is impossible to form a 1:1 ratio with this, with J and K. So there is no L over here. Okay, there is no L. Okay, now J can combine with N. Okay, J can combine with N to form 1:1 ratio, Jn, and K can combine with M to form 1:1 ratio. So it's Jn and Km. So your answer here is D for 22. Okay, now let us look at 23. Okay, which property is shown by transition metal but not shown by group 1 metals? Okay, because both are metals, right? Both are metals, so naturally all metals will have a good electric conductivity, good thermal conductivity. They lose electron to form positive ions. Yes, all metals will lose electrons and form the positive ions. Okay, is applied to transition metals as well as group 1 metals. Transition metals will have variable oxidation states. It means that, like example, like magnesium, they have plus, they have 2 plus, they have 3 plus, they have 5 plus, and also they have about 7 plus. But group 1, they only have 1. This is the oxidation numbers. Okay, let us move to 24. The noble gases are in group 18 of the periodic table. Which statement explains why noble gases are unreactive? Okay, they all gases, wrong. They all monoatomic, wrong. You should have a specific reason. They all have 8 electrons in their outer shell. They all. Okay, remember your the group 18 starts with helium. Helium has only 2 electrons. This one will form a duplet configuration, which is also stable. Alright, so this is also wrong. They all have full outer shells. So this is your right explanation here for 24. Okay, 25. Which statement is correct for all metals? They conduct electricity when molten. Yes, correct. They gain electron when they form ions. This is wrong. So which is they will donate electrons. They have low density, wrong. Low melting point, also wrong. So they have high density and also high melting point. So your best answer here will be A. Okay, 26. Chromium is a more reactive metal than iron but less reactive than zinc. Which statement are correct? So let us arrange the electrochemical series over here. So zinc is on top and iron is here. So chromium should be in between zinc and also iron. So this is the chromium. And okay, let us go through one by one. Okay, chromium does not react with the dilute hydrochloric acid. So this is wrong because most of the reactive metals they can react aggressively with any acids, dilute or concentrated. Okay, chromium oxide is reduced when it is heated with carbon. So please remember, carbon is positioned below the zinc. Okay, so zinc is much more reactive compared to chromium. So when we have mixing with carbon, so it can be reduced. Okay, so number 2 is correct. Okay, here chromium react with zinc oxide to form zinc. So here chromium plus with the zinc oxide. So zinc is already more reactive than chromium. So this one has no effect. Okay, it has no effect. So number 3 is not selected. Chromium reacts with steam to form hydrogen gas. Okay, for number 4, let me explain to you in much more detail. So first, let me erase this. And I will write down the electrochemical series elements here. Okay, so as you can see, this is the electrochemical series. The first 5 elements, okay, they can react with the cold water, cold, warm or hot water or steam to produce, they will produce hydrogen gas and also their oxides, okay, their oxides. Okay, however, the next 4 elements, zinc to chromium, they can react with, they'll react with a hot water or steam. Steam is a hot gas to form a hydrogen and also their hydroxide. Okay, so this is their equations. So please remember this. So due to this, chromium react with steam to form hydrogen gas is correct. So your best answer here will be 2 and 4, which is C. Okay, now we go to question number 27. And let me erase this part. Okay, number 27. Aluminium objects do not need protection from corrosion. Iron object must be protected from corrosion. Which statement explains why aluminium resists corrosion? Because when you place an aluminium here, a bare fresh aluminium plate, day by day what happens is they will form a layer of aluminium oxide to avoid to protect the aluminium from corrosion. So this layer is the aluminium oxide, and inside here is the aluminium. Okay, this is why they do not need any external protection. They can protect by themselves. So they have a protective oxide layer. Okay, number 28. Which statement describes how oxides of nitrogen are formed in a car engine? So as you notice that for engine combustion, you need fuel, oxygen, and a spark, right? And a spark. So, but this oxygen does not come as a pure oxygen. It comes as a air. So air, you have about 78% of a nitrogen there. So what happens is in the engine chamber, okay, in the engine, the high voltage from the spark plug to the engine, it will produce a few hundreds of high voltage that possibly oxidize the nitrogen. Okay, it will oxidize the nitrogen to become a nitrogen oxide and dioxide. So this is the scenario inside the car engine. So nitrogen from petrol is wrong. So nitrogen from air react with oxygen from petrol. This is also wrong. So the oxygen is actually coming from the air. So your best answer here will be boy. Okay, 29. Ships are made of steel and alloy of iron. Blocks of aluminium are attached to the underside of ships to prevent rusting. Which statement explains how the magnesium prevent rusting? Because magnesium is much more higher position compared to iron. So what happens is this one will be oxidized first. The magnesium will be oxidized first rather than the iron. So this is also called as a sacrificing metal. Okay, now let us look one by one. Magnesium oxidized instead of iron. This one is correct. Let us look at the next one. Magnesium stops air and water getting to the iron. Wrong. Magnesium forms an alloy with iron which does not corrode. This is wrong. The aluminium reacts with rust as soon as it is formed. So this is also wrong. So your best answer here will be A. Okay, so I hope you understand this. Now let us go to question number 30. Okay, number 30. Which process is used to produce hydrogen for Haber process? Okay, Haber process is a hydrogen plus with the nitrogen gas to produce ammonia. Okay, ammonia gas. So the question is, how do they produce this as the raw material for this process? So there are only two possibilities. One is electrolysis. Okay, I just write it down over here. One is electrolysis, and this is a very high cost, and you can also use the normal method that is using that are used in this industry, steam reformation. Okay, steam reformation with the methane gas. So you have two answers here: electrolysis of water and also reacting methane with steam. So the best answer here will be D. Okay, so this is the most common method used in the industry. Okay, now let us look at number 31. One of the steps in the manufacturing sulfuric acid in the contact process is shown. Which catalyst is used to increase the rate of reaction? Okay, please remember for contact process you will have a vanadium 5 oxide. Okay, this is a very straightforward question. We move on with the question number 32. The lime, which is a calcium oxide, is used to treat wastewater from a factory. Which substance is removed by lime? So as you understand, the calcium oxide is an alkali. Okay, it's an alkali. So now alkali can react with acid. So ammonia is an alkali, sodium chloride is a salt, so it is a neutral. So you don't have any effects on it. Sodium hydroxide is also an alkali. So these three, the A, B, C, there is no effect with lime. But sulfuric acid is yes, because acid plus with the base or alkali, you will have a neutralization process there. Okay, so your answer is D here. Okay, number 33. What is the structure of propanol? Okay, alcohol's base formula is this: CnH2n plus 1OH. So propanol C is 3 here. So 3, H is 7, OH. So you should have there, and there is no double bond. Okay, there is no double bond. This is acid. This is sulfuric acid. So which is wrong? And you must have 3 C's. 1, 2, 3. So which means C is your answer. Okay. So this one is ethanol. This is ethanol. Okay, now let us move to question number 34. Okay, 34. Fuel X produce carbon dioxide and water when it is burned in air. So does fuel Y. So fuel Y, what could be X and YB? X and YB. So they should be, okay, you have to understand this, alkane or alkene. When they have enough oxygen, both of them will produce carbon dioxide and water. This is a complete combustion. Alright, this is a complete combustion. So in this case, if you look at it here, for hydrogen, when hydrogen is getting reacting with oxygen, you will produce water. Okay, you will produce only water. And carbon, when they react with oxygen, you will produce carbon dioxide. So there is no carbon and there is no hydrogen here, because they need to produce carbon dioxide and water. So the best answer here will be D. Okay, number 35. What is the main constitution of natural gas? So natural gas is automatically is a methane. Okay, so answer is C here, guys. Okay, now let us look at number 36. Okay, which statement describes the member of homologous series? Homologous series means, example, like we have an alcohol. Okay, we have an alcohol. So all the other elements, like example, like a propanol, ethanol, everything will come under the same group. So compounds with the same physical properties, this is wrong, because when the carbon is adding on, like now we have a methane, ethane, and propane, right? It's getting heavier. Okay, it's getting heavier. So they don't have the same physical properties, but they have the same chemical properties. This is the important thing. I want you to understand this. So this is wrong. Same functioning group, yes, all of them will have OH. Okay, for alcohol. The compound contains same number and type of bonding. This is wrong, because when the carbon is increasing, your bonding increases as well. So a compound obtained from a same raw material, it depends actually. Okay, so your best answer here will be same functioning group. So your answer here will be boy. Okay, now let us look at question number 37. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, number 37 here. The structure of two compounds are shown. Okay, we have here two compounds. Okay, this is an acid. Okay, this is a propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. Which statement about this compound are correct? They have a same molecular formula, Yes, it is. They have the same molecular formula. And due to their position, okay, if you look at here, due to their position, they have a different chemical properties. Okay, both of these is not the same, but they can be assumed as isomers. So it's 1 and 3, D. Okay, number 38, some reaction of a substance Q are shown. This is at steam under pressure and a catalyst, you will have ethanol. So here should be ethane. Let me write it down bigger a bit. So this is ethane. So when the ethane is added with the bromine, you will have a 1,2-dibromoethane, which means you have ethane. Ethane is this. You have double bond. Here's H and here's H. Okay, when this double bond is breaked, you will have bromine and bromine. So here is hydrogen. Oops, okay. And add hydrogen and a catalyst. If you add hydrogen, this will become a hydrogenation process, and here you have a ethane, so which means this. So everything is a hydrogen here. Okay. And what is P? So P here will be ethane, A. Okay, now let us move to question number 39. Okay, protein and starch are natural polymers. Which row identifies the method of polymerization of protein and also starch? So both of them will be under condensation polymerization. Okay, let me explain to you what is addition and what is a condensation. Now, when you have ethane, let's say, okay, when you have ethane, so here you have a double bonds. So we just assume the another part here is hydrogen. Okay, now when they add on, what happens is they'll break the bond. Okay, they'll break the bond, and you will form a chain of ethane. So this is we call as a polyethane. Okay, this is called as a polyethane. So this form is, we call it as an addition process. Addition process, addition polymerization. If you compare to condensation, this is a bit different. Condensation. Now, for example, I just put here A with OH, and here I have, let's say I've just put there B with the OH. Okay, this is an example. So what happens is both of them will get combined by removing. Okay, this one is they combine by removing small molecules, mostly is water. So example like A, O and B. This will be combined, okay, and this will be combined. So the rest, the hydrogen and the OH will be separated to form the water. This is condensation. So most of the natural polymers will be having condensation process, condensation polymerization process. Okay, so this is 39. I hope you have a good understanding on this, both addition and also condensation polymerization. Now let us move to question number 40. Okay, number 40, the diagram shows partial structure of a pterylene. So if you notice here, so here we have, okay, most of the things here, you will have a carboxylic acid group. Okay, the another one you will have is, let me just make it a side here, you will have is hydrazide. Okay, hydrazide group. So what happens is they'll be combining the hydrogen and also the hydroxide from here, and they will form this, sorry, double bond O, and you will have the black color box as well. Okay, so this is what happens over here. So now let us take a look. Okay, now from the picture here, what I've drawn over here, you can notice that the black color box, okay, the black color box is actually the OH, right? It's the OH. However, the white color box, which contains the carbon and the double bond, is this. Okay, so you can make a conclusion here. So this is the black color box, and your best answer here will be A, because the black color represents this, and the green color one will be representing the white box here. Okay, so I hope you learned something from this video, and good luck for your upcoming exam. Thank you very much. All the best, guys.